Ladies and gentlemen, thieves and hoodlums, outlaws in every nation, I'm the one, the only Jack Slater, the comic outlaw. We're doing before Watchmen, the comedian. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I've been wanting to do this for a while. One of my favorite characters from the Watchmen, one of the most complicated yet entertaining characters, I should say. And we're gonna jump right into this. And here we go. Now, if you've seen Watchmen, or if you haven't seen Watchmen, you'll probably be able to keep up with the story. A man getting out of bed, grabs an autographed baseball from a pile of junk, pills, booze, what have you, listening to The Wanderer. It's Eddie Blake, aka the comedian, hero back in the day for World War II, and now playing football with the Kennedys. Yes, JFK and his brothers. Eddie Blake has folded himself into the Kennedys. He's become sort of part of the family since he helped out JFK in the Pacific back when he was in the Navy. The comedian's been working for the military for a long time and kind of struck up a friendship with the Kennedys. I mean, they're very close. He's invited into the house. He plays football with them. He is part of the fabric of their family. And JFK kind of treats him like an older brother. I mean, they fight, they scrap, and basically he kind of helps take care of things. And now he's kind of talking to the mother, and they're going over certain plans, and they're talking about Eddie's love for the Kennedys. And I think this folds in with Eddie's idea and love for the country. And Eddie, by no means, is an idealist, but he knows that JFK is the best thing for this country right now to heal the divides, the differences. But he's a man. He tends to have his faults, especially with his lovers, and one in particular, a blonde one, a famous one, an actress, drugged up and with very loose lips that need to be shut. And this isn't the job for an idealist. No. This is a job for Eddie Blake. A job that he selected for. For he has another job in the Kennedy family. He takes care of certain situations. Kind of like a guard dog that protects his masters. But at any rate, the song keeps going. A woman passed out, drugged out, dying. Eddie gives her a final little kiss goodbye and walks off with his 2 fists of iron and going nowhere. Because that's what the Wanderer does. Anyways, Eddie's in a bar having a good time drinking a beer, losing a bet, losing his shirt on a Giants game, and all of a sudden the phone rings and he says that it's his bookie. But it's not his bookie. It's one of his best friends calling the gloat. Good old John himself. And he's telling Eddie that you owe me a steak dinner. Your team is losing and they're losing bad. And he's surrounded by the rest of his family. And I love how his brother's just jumping in, trading insults with Eddie. And of course, John is throwing in his barbs too. But they have something for Eddie, a mission. Something that's tailor made for the comedian. And Eddie does accept the mission because that's what Eddie does. Eddie protects this family. Just like in his own way, he protects his nation, his government. And I think that's where Eddie's love comes from. Eddie by far is not an idealist, but he does consider himself a patriot in a lot of ways. And he's doing this for country, for president and country. But anyways, he meets the G-Man and he hands him a file. And Eddie thinks this is a joke at first. An unbelievably sad joke, but he accepts the mission with a grain of salt because President Kennedy put him on it and he's not going to let the family down. But anyways, it's to bust Moloch. Moloch was one of his first villains back in the old days. Apparently he's moving drugs or prostitutes or something of that nature. Why he gets G'd up from the feet up, in his comedian costume. Shotgun ready, pistol cocked, ready to rock and roll. And now Eddie still has his suspicions about this, but it doesn't stop him from just going in and tearing everyone apart. Just like in one of the great action movies from the 80s, bam, bam, bam. The comedian has no mercy, no remorse, as he tears through Moloch's men. And having a good time doing it too. Not for a moment dropping his cigar, as he takes a shot, grabs a guy, and gladly throws him off the balcony. As he goes, ah, and falls right to the floor. Yep, just another good day for the comedian. Another fun time. Doing it all for the government. All in a day's work, and he bashes in the door, finds Moloch. But Moloch's not ready to fight. Strangely enough, he's crying at the TV, and the comedian stops, watches for a minute, and realizes something is amiss, deeply wrong. For this day, his friend, his little brother, has been shot. His brother from another mother, JFK, has been assassinated, shot in Dallas. And this stops the comedian. This stops his rampage. This stops his fun. As he looks for something, anything to numb the pain. Moloch tells him there's a bottle, top drawer, whiskey. The comedian grabs it, holding on to it like as if it's some kind of amulet to take the pain away. And then the comedian takes a drink, a swig, a long swig, for his friend is dead. The President of the United States has been assassinated, and the country is lost, scared, and in mourning. And in some ways, so is the comedian, as he thinks to himself, quietly, could he have done something? Could he have stopped it? But this mission took him away. And as he sits there with Moloch, two enemies, sharing a drink, both Americans, both love this government and have lost something deep within them. And they sit for a moment and share a drink, a toast, to a man who meant everything to this nation. And I will catch you on the flip side.